Hey, still Wednesday, my dudes. Finished cleaning my room, about to pack. So I figured this would be a great time to talk about my travel essentials. Welcome to my top 6. How many essentials do I have? My top 6 travel essentials. Okay, so basically I'm gonna try to finish up packing and talk about my travel essentials. I'm basically mostly packed, but I still have some room. So I have 6 travel essentials to tell you about today. And the first one is the appropriate adapters and converters. My camera's dying. Uno momento. Okay, I'm back. The first travel essential is to pack your chargers, your appropriate adapters, your converters, your portable chargers. So anything that you need to stay connected, or if you want to stay connected. If you're not trying to be connected, then don't pack these things, you know? But especially adapters and converters, because when you go abroad, other places don't have the same voltage that your country does necessarily. For example, in the US, the voltage in power strip or power outlets is 110, but abroad it's like 220 or something like that. So if you take something like a hair dryer, which I don't recommend, I would not recommend taking a hair dryer, but if you take something like that and you don't have the proper converters, then you're gonna fry your hair dryer. Your hair dryer is literally going to explode. So I would just suggest taking converters. As for adapters, the way you plug into the wall in your country, like the US has the sad face or whatever, is different from the way you plug in other places. I don't have my adapters with me because I left them at my parents' house on accident. But don't worry, I'm taking them abroad, and they look like this. I will put a picture right here. They look like this. I have the World Pack, so anywhere that I need to go, I have the adapter. And I just take the whole thing with me every time because you never know when you're gonna need something. And make sure you check your chargers and see if they need converters. So like your phone charger or your computer charger. Like Apple, you don't need a converter, especially for a computer charger, because it has a converter already on it. But just make sure you look at all your chargers and stuff and see what you need before you plug in so that you don't end up messing up your appliances. I've never done this before, but a lot of people recommend taking power strips with you. That way you only have to take one adapter and then you have a power strip for all the other things that you need to plug in. And power strips are meant to be like surge protectors, so they can protect your appliances, I'm pretty sure, without a converter. But I'm not 100% positive about that, so don't quote me on it, and make sure you do your own research. But that would be a really cool thing to do also. Take a power strip and then you would only need one converter. Especially if you're taking a lot of electronics, like a camera, a computer, a Kindle, and your phone. Like that's 4. You don't need to have 4 adapters necessarily, but you can have the power strip with 1 adapter and then get all your stuff charged as you need, you know? The next travel essential is definitely a backpack. This is the backpack that I took with me to Harlexton. I took it as my school bag, but it ended up being my travel bag, and I didn't need to carry a bag to class because it was right downstairs, because that's just the nature of Harlexton. But that bag, I got it from Walmart. It was only like $15, $20, I can't remember, but it's really sturdy and it holds a lot. So I ended up using that as my travel bag, and it ended up being really great. But if you're going on a tour or something where you need a bag to carry around, you definitely need to make sure it is a secure bag. I recommend using a lock, kind of like this. So I don't know where I got that, but a lock like that, like really small, a travel lock, to like clip your zippers together, just to slow people down. Even if it slows you down, it's better for you to have to take time to open your bag than it is to have somebody to be able to reach into your bag. You don't want to be pickpocketed, you know? No pickpockets here. And the sturdy backpack is nice for keeping stuff like safe. So like you don't want your backpack to like rip and break while you're on your trip and you have to go searching for a new bag to carry your things in, you know? You just want to be able to like rely on the bag that you take. The next thing that I suggest taking, especially if you're on like a low waste kind of lifestyle like I'm trying to do, I'm trying to reduce my carbon footprint The thing is, your lifestyle doesn't necessarily change, in fact, or doesn't necessarily have to change when you go abroad. So you just need to take into account that you're gonna need different types of things when you go. What I'm trying to say is take your reusable water bottle, take some travel cutlery. It can be plastic, it can be metal, whatever you want. Take reusable straws, because those things you're gonna need more while you go abroad than you would at home, because you'll be going out more, you know what I mean? Your reusable water bottle, it needs to be empty when you get to the airport, because they're gonna make you chug it. That's what they did to me, they made me chug it right before a 7-hour flight, so I was really upset, but it's okay, it's fine. Make sure you pack your cutlery, especially if you have a reusable knife, in your your checked bag, because you're not allowed to have that in your carry-on, and you can't have weapons in your carry-on. Just make sure to be mindful of where you pack those types of things, but I think you need them while abroad. If you don't take travel cutlery or travel straws, then definitely take your reusable water bottle, because traveling is a very dehydrating thing to embark on. So you just need to make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. What else? So just make sure you take what you use on a regular basis that you can't give up for those few weeks, like a reusable water bottle. You can't give up water for a few weeks, and you don't want to have to buy plastic bottles while you're out. Also, with the water, this is not a travel essential, it's just a reminder. Make sure you look up the place that you're going and make sure their water is drinkable, because even first world countries like America, there are places where we don't have clean drinking water. AKA Flint, Michigan, we should get on with that. Yes, make sure you look up the place where you're traveling, make sure their water is drinkable, and just be reminded that your stomach, even if it's drinkable, your stomach may not think so. So just keep that in mind. I suggest maybe trying a water filter bottle. I don't have one of those, but that would be cool if I did. The next travel essential is for a different reason. So I suggest taking reusable bags. This is not because we need to save the environment, even though we do. Because a lot of places charge for bags, and you don't want to have to buy a bag every time you go shopping, every time you want a souvenir, you know? You want to be able to just have your reusable bag, and then when you're out and about, you don't have to worry about, what if I run out of room in my bag? You'll have your reusable bag, your sturdy reusable bag. And I have lots of reusable bags. I got one that folds down really, really small in England when I went. I love it. I even use it here. I have it in my purse in case I like randomly need a reusable bag. If you don't have a reusable bag, make sure you have enough room in your day bag that you carry with you to carry things. Or just, you know, pay for the plastic bag, but I highly suggest don't do that, because the environment needs protection, you know? There is no planet B and all that jazz. Do I just push it back on? Okay. Yeah, so I would take a reusable bag just for purchases, in case you need more space in your bag that day for whatever reason. Having a reusable bag is really nice. Lastly, I would suggest taking an eye mask, especially if you're staying, an eye mask and earplugs if you need them. Now, sound doesn't bother me while I'm sleeping, so I don't really need earplugs per se. And if I do, I'll just use my headphones and listen to something. An eye mask is great, especially for on a flight, which long haul flights provide their own, or provide one for you, but not all flights do. So I have my own. I bought it in England because I needed it, because I like to sleep when the lights are on. I even still use it here at home when I don't fall asleep while doing something else. But it's good for on the flight, and it's also good for hostels. If you're staying in a hostel, which I don't think we're staying in any hostels for this trip, we're staying in hotels. But even in a hotel, if like the person you're rooming with wants to stay up and you can't stand light, I suggest a sleep mask. But also just for sleeping in general, light really messes up your sleep cycle, your REM cycle. So having the room completely dark is better, but if you can't get your room completely dark, then a sleep mask will protect your eyes, at least from the light, you know? So for traveling and sleeping well, I suggest an eye mask or earplugs. Just whatever you need to sleep well. And last but not least, my last tip is to pack a nice camera. Now, if you have an iPhone and you like your iPhone camera quality, cool, that's fine. I'm not saying you have to take a really nice camera, like a really nice separate camera if you like your iPhone and its quality, you know? And you might end up taking pictures on your iPhone as it is. But if we're trying to save money, you know? If we're trying to spend money on experiences, you're probably gonna wanna have a lot of pictures. So today I just went out and bought 4 different SD cards. I think I mentioned that in my last video. Now I also have 2, but there's one in both of my cameras right now. I have 2 more. So I have 6 total SD cards that I'll be taking to Europe for this camera that I'm using right now, so I can't show you. Oh, I guess I can, look. For this camera, it's a Canon G7X, so it's really cool. I don't know where to look. It takes wonderful pictures, and it takes wonderful video, and it's small and compact. So I also have a Canon TSI, I think. Might have made that up. But I'm not taking that one, but it has really good quality pictures too. And I'm only not taking that one because I have this one. And this one I'm going to vlog, film my brother singing, and take pictures for my dad and everything. So like this this camera is what I'll be taking, and it'll be a nice camera. And for me, that's a travel essential. To review, my travel essentials are adapters, converters, power strips, chargers, anything like that that you need. Make sure you do your research on the place that you're going for what you're gonna need. A sturdy and secure backpack to keep your stuff safe and to make your life a little more convenient. Reusable water bottle, cutlery, straws, those types of reusable things that you're gonna need while you're abroad if you're trying to live a low-waste lifestyle. Reusable bags so you don't have to pay 10 cents per bag, and also you can save the planet at the same time, and it also gives you more space when you're carrying things, and it's sturdier than like a plastic bag. An eye mask and earplugs to sleep better while you're traveling, and also a nice camera to document all that you're doing while you're abroad. So those are all of my travel essentials. So now I'm going to sign off here. I'm gonna pack, and then next week you will join me again, hopefully, for the travel Q&A. I have lots of questions to answer, so I'll be doing that while maybe I'll make food because I'm a little bit hungry. We'll see. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe so you can join my family. Hit the little bell to get notified whenever I post a video so you don't miss it. And that's it. So have a great morning, and if I don't see you later, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.